Welcome in, my dear ones. Psychic Mia here from Spiritual Society. What he thought when he first saw you. This is what we're going to be taking a look at today. We're going to be taking a look at exactly what he thought when he first saw you, what you need to know about him, what you need to know about you and what might be blocking you, and what that could mean for the two of you together. So our mission here is to help guide you to unblock your energy through spiritual practices like tarot readings so you can live your most aligned life. I want you to release anything you need to, open up space, take a breath, and let yourself start to feel guided to one of these 4 cards. Looking at card 1, card 2, card 3, and card 4. Take a deep breath and let your intuition guide you. Welcome in, my card 1. Land and arrive. What he thought of when he first saw you. Also, I want you to go ahead and take this moment to go ahead and subscribe. Subscribing helps because it helps us to generate more content just like this. So let's go ahead and get started. What he thought of when he first saw you. Let's look at our anchor card first. So first of all, we have the sun. We have the sun. Oh my goodness, warmth, vivaciousness. This you exuded this joy and this optimism, and there is something about you that is so warm and familiar, and like being in the middle of a summer day, being in the middle of sunshine, just having you power them up. The energy that you have is very powerful, magnetic energy that really lights everyone up around you wherever you go. I'm going to be pulling today from a separate deck, so there is a possibility we could get a duplicate card here. And let's go ahead and pull some cards. So first I want to just leave that open. I want to leave it open to what he thought of when he first saw you. What he thought of when he first saw you. What he thought of when he first saw you. I just want to leave it open. What he thought of when he first saw you. What he thought of when he first saw you. What he thought of when he first saw you. Okay, and then we're going to ask some more specific questions as we go. All right, so getting started. We have the 2 of Swords, we have the Death card, and we have the King of Cups. Ooh, I like this. Oh my goodness, we're getting some really specific answers right away. Then we also have the 7 of Swords, we have the Knight of Wands, and we have the 6 of Pentacles. All right, so let's get us started over here with the 2 of Swords, the Death card, and the King of Cups. So there's something that he's been having to make a decision of that he has not been able to make a decision on. And he's just been letting himself be blinded to it. He's been letting himself not decide and let the universe kind of just decide for him and take life as it will. But when he saw you, he realized that he needed to make this decision. This decision, I think, had something to do with his heart, had to do with his trajectory in life, the way that he's going. And he knew that a choice needed to be made. And it was that moment of, I can't just let life play out for me. I can't just go through not making choices and letting life decide where I go and just be pulled by the current. I want to decide now. I want to have that clarity. I want to have that knowledge. And he had this clarity when he first saw you, when he first met you, that he needed to make a decision and he needed to move forward. And the Death card comes up, and I'm feeling this as this release of the past for a moment in your presence. And I don't know that he was completely able to let it go and like forever move on from these old things that held him back and harbored, held space for him. But it's something that he had been holding on to for a long time. And for a moment, it was just clear. Like it had just vanished and evaporated from him. And again, I think this is something from his past, something that he really needed to let go of. That he'd been really holding on to, and he's been giving a lot of weight to, and it's really been pulling at his life and in his energy field. Now the King of Cups pops up, and immediately I think he felt like he was in his throne. And the King of Cups is this emotional feeling, high EQ king that has this, this ability to be in emotions. but still hold on to that divine masculine feeling, still hold on to that divine masculine essence. And he felt like he was just sitting right into his power. It felt like he was sitting into the space that he was meant to be in. Okay, now we also have the Seven of Swords, we have the Knight of Wands, and we have the Six of Pentacles. So Seven of Swords is kind of this thieving card. It's kind of this this like run away with something from someone. And the swords often get into thought space, head space, mental space, clarity. And I think he knew immediately, it was kind of this little warning sign went up that like, hey, this person could run away with your mind. Like this person could run away with your thoughts. This person could run away with your, your mental space. This could be something. This could be something that really takes you away and just, runs off. And I think that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because, we kind of want that with feelings and emotions, but then also, he's sort of dealing with these past things that, like come in as a warning, like maybe you should slow down. Maybe, like you shouldn't be giving it that much attention. Maybe that's dangerous because you've been burned before in the past. But the Knight of Wands also pops up, and this is strong, fast-moving energy. This is fire energy, growth energy. This is someone just sort of catapulting forward into the fray. And I do feel like he has this part of him that's just like, okay, I'm gonna run forward a little bit here. I want to be in my seat of power. I want to move things. I want to change things. I want to be the best version of myself. I want to be someone who's strong enough to be in something like this, to be with someone like this. I want to catapult myself forward out of the stagnation of the past, of not being able to make decisions, of being held by old thoughts and feelings and an old person. And there's also something extremely generous, something that pops up that feels like I want to give something here. I want to give and I want to receive. And I want to be in this place of being able to provide for and take care of. And this deep desire, this sort of deep provider energy and protector energy as a desire that's just really like popping up in his energy field. All right, let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. So I would like to know, what is important for you to know about this person? What is important for you to know about this person? King of Pentacles, he has some great fiber to him. And that really pops back into our Six of Pentacles energy, that deep desire to provide. He has the capacity to do that. He has the capacity to be this deep provider, protector with this almost, paternal like instinct of taking care of those around him, to grow those around him, to be consistent, to be regular, to show up, to really walk the walk and be in it. And to take his responsibilities seriously, to be the kind of person who shows up, who brings it all to the table. He has a really good fiber, and he has a great emotional fiber as well. What else do you really need to know about this person? What else do you really need to know about him? So we're also getting the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And I am feeling that despite the fiber that he has, the ability that he has to sit into this role, the ability that he has to be a great giver, receiver, provider, like the consistency, he really doubts himself. He really doubts himself in that way. And he hasn't made decisions where he's needed to make decisions. He's let himself down in certain ways. He's let himself down in the past of actually landing in his fullest capacity of being the man that he wanted to be. And he's not there yet of this man he wants to be. This is still sort of like I want to energy of this like firing up energy. This is kind of almost an inspirational energy that he's not there. He's still been in a place where he was in this stagnation. He was being sort of held captive by decisions and old things that were popping up for him. And he doesn't really have that belief yet. So he has these sort of deep insecurities that could really hold him back and be a block for him, and for his ability to move forward, for his ability to be in a relationship. What do you need to know about you and this person? What do you need to know about you and your being and what you would need to do with this person? So getting out of that sort of fantasy land, this is very much, the Seven of Cups, feelings and emotions, the things that bring you feelings and emotions in your imagination. I want you to get more present than that. Let go of the imagination part, the things that you are sort of letting guide you in an imaginary way, playing out bad scenarios, playing out good scenarios even. You can get into the joy feeling of the manifestation energy. That's fantastic. But I would stay away from things that remove you too far from reality as an actual sort of video of what you're seeing in life. Because you're sort of setting things up in a way that are taking you out of the present moment, or taking you out of the now. But do feel the good feelings now, but don't let yourself get caught up in an energy that's this big movie that's taking you out of your real life. Be in your real life. What else do you need to know right now? Okay, so we also have the Four of Pentacles reversed, which is really interesting. So, we're getting into that Pentacles energy. So you also are having this need to sort of shift and change. So I hear a siren, and I always say outside sounds amplify the message. This is a big change for you. This is a big shift for you. But it's an opening. I mean, look how closed this figure is. This figure is all, feet on the pentacles, hands wrapped around it, just like holding it for dear life. This is a very closed off energy. And in order to be in that giving and receiving receptive energy of flow, in order for you to have an experience of shared giving and taking, you're going to have to open your arms up a little bit. You're going to have to make some space and some room here. So there's something you've been really holding on to for dear life. And that shift needs to happen soon. And you've started to realize that, and you've started to know that you're going to turn it around. But you're not there yet. You're still very much holding on for dear life, and keeping what is yours to you, and just sort of making sure that you're safe and you're taken care of and you're secure, and being in that this space. But everything is coming. This can shower down on you. What else do you need to know? I want to know, what else do you need to know for you? Okay, so this is going to be my last card of what you need to know for you. And we have the Eight of Swords. And this figure also is blindfolded and is bound up, but with loose spines that she can get out of at any time. We have more swords, more thought space. You get trapped in your mind, and you get trapped in the prison of these thoughts, feelings, all of the things that kind of, things from the past, old scenarios, the imagination things, the things that are up in the clouds, the things that are not present and not now. And it keeps you from being free to run around in your life. So you have this deep sunshine within you. You have this deep warmth within you. You have this deep power and optimism within you. But you're going to have to sort of let that shine in your world too, not just for others, or not just in certain situations or just in certain scenarios. You're going to have to let yourself be released from the darker, colder spaces that hold you prisoner and hold you captive, and give yourself permission to be your own hero here. Because this is important for you to be able to move into something. You're not going to be able to move into something or let someone else be your hero, provider, protector if you don't do that for yourself first. That's really important. In order to move you forward, in order to take you where you want to go and who you want to be, with the freedom of living your life, the freedom of being in the moment. I also would really like to know any divine guidance and wisdom about this person. Is there a future with this person? Where does this person lead you? What do we need to know about this person? The Hierophant. There is a wisdom here, and I am feeling this very much as your own wisdom. So the Hierophant is often, like this wise person, sort of outside of yourself. This could be learning and education. This could be religion or spirituality. But I'm feeling this as a being within yourself, this wise spiritual presence within you that you have. And I want you to go sit at the feet of your wisdom. And I want you to seek at the feet of your own wisdom. You have a deep inner wisdom, a deep inner knowing, and a deep inner knowledge. And I want you to sit at the feet of that and see what you need to learn, what you need to do, how you need to grow. Ask yourself questions. create questions for yourself to ask. You can do this as a journal prompt. You can do this as a meditation prompt. But I want you to really get into the depth of your own inner knowing, your own inner wisdom. You are so wise. You have so much to share and give. Oh, I love all of this. I would like to go ahead and pull just a Divine Feminine card to give you some inspiration of an energy to sit into for this week, right now, and for this person. And we have Saint Bridget, Our Lady of Exalted Light. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. Let your light shine. And don't you have a light to shine? Don't you have a natural source of energy and light to shine within you? Yes. If you're here with me and you're feeling this, go ahead and pop a sun down in the comments below. Pop a sun down in the comments below. I do also want to pull one additional card for us. So this is one more card to give us a little divine guidance and wisdom for what you should be doing in order to help yourself move forward and get to this space where you're open and accepting and receptive of love. Celebrate! You're being asked to celebrate recent accomplishments, no matter how big or small. No matter how big or small. Do something special to commemorate the moment. You deserve that and so much more. Celebrate. It doesn't matter what it is, but let yourself celebrate how far you've come. Everything you've done. Let yourself celebrate in that. There is some very uncelebratory energy lurking within you that is holding you back. Let yourself enjoy the celebration of life, of what you've accomplished, of what you've done, of who you've become. Celebrate the nature of that, the power of that. My dear one, I'm sending you off into your week with so much love and so much light, so much power and strength to open yourself up, to release yourself from any prison that you might have been in, to let yourself be and sit into the here and now, the present moment, and find joy and light and love there, and find it for yourself, shine it for yourself. Not just for other people, not just for the outside world, not just in certain moments that make you happy, but let yourself find that sunshine that can just warm you up like an inner garden all the time for you. Sit at the feet of your inner wise one and ask questions. This person is beautiful. This is a beautiful person. And I would love to see this alignment happen. And I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until I see you again, mwah, Mia. Welcome in my card to Land and Arrive. Take a moment to breathe and release any energy you don't need. And if you like readings like these, I encourage you now to go ahead and subscribe, because that helps us to let us know to do more beautiful readings just like this one. So we're taking a look at what he thought of when he first saw you. What did he think when he first saw you? Let's take a look at our anchor card and see what we've got. All right, we have the Nine of Wands. So this is so interesting. The Nine of Wands is this card of, somebody's been hurt. He's been down in the dirt. He's been hit over the head. He's, gone through the ringer. But when he first saw you, he wanted to stand back up and get back in the fight. You were the moment where he was like, maybe I can do this again. Maybe I can have this strength. Maybe there is something to stand and guard. Maybe there is something worth getting back up for. Maybe there is something that I need to stand back up for. And that's beautiful. I love that. Let's go ahead and take a look at, first we're just gonna keep that question open. This is a separate deck, so there is always potential to pull this as a duplicate card. So first of all, I just want to know what he thought when he first saw you. What did he first think when he first saw you? What did he think when he first saw you? What did he think when he first saw you? What did he think when he first saw you? What did he think when he first saw you? Yeah, I just want to open that energy up. Okay, then we're going to ask some different questions and get some other information as we go. So here we are. Oh, the World, the Hangman, and the Hermit. So right away, I'm feeling like he felt like you brought in this rush of fresh air. I mean, you really just were like this little jumper cable for him. I mean, this is that jumper cable moment. It's like, oh, I need CPR and to be revived by a defibrillator, and you're that defibrillator. You'd like jolted his heart back into life for a moment. You know, this is that, like, I'm waking back up. I'm getting back up. You really brought in this freshness with you. And you really do have this incredibly magnetic personality. This figure is often called the dancer in the middle here. And just felt like, is there anything else? Is there anything else? This is the world. This is what it's meant to be. This is where it's meant to go. This is what life is supposed to be like. Now we also have the Hanged Man and we have the Hermit. And these two cards are very interesting. So he has this part of him that is removed, that is quiet, that is unspoken, that is within himself and self-contained. So automatically, I'm seeing that you probably didn't get a whole bunch of information out of him. It probably didn't feel like all of this happened. You know, this is like within his inner core. The Hanged Man, he has this way of pulling back into himself, seeing things from a totally different perspective. But his intuition really did light up when he saw you for that first time. And really, even after that, just his intuition, his knowing, wanting to see you from this outside perspective, observing you in a way that is beyond what you had any knowledge of. Just an incredible amount of observation in a way that other people don't observe. Other people don't see you like this because he has a very unique perspective. And he also has this very interior world. So thoughts of you and this feeling of contemplation and what that sparked in him really started to move him in a way, but you wouldn't have known that. It's all interior. This is a very interior space and a very sort of interior, thoughtful person that doesn't express it all, doesn't wear it all on their sleeve, doesn't put it all out there, at least not in the initial phases. It's very self-contained within the light of the light that he has within him. Now we also have the Death card. We have the Five of Wands and we have the King of Wands. Now the Death card I find very interesting, and this is like this, I'm feeling this is this like shedding of an old skin, that there is something that feels almost, what this feels like to me is almost like this fear of like, I could lose this. He doesn't even have it when he's first seeing you, but it's that feeling of like, I almost don't want to see all of what I'm seeing because maybe I can't have it, because maybe that's too good, because maybe that's gonna hurt me, and it's gonna hurt me to not have it, the not being able to possess this person, to not be able to have this person in my life. That you might be too magnetic for them, that they're so interior and you're so magnetic, and you sort of dance through the world and they sort of just pull back into themselves. And this sort of almost like disappointment in themselves. But this also this uncomfortable shedding of old skin of like, I'm gonna see if I can move through this. I'm gonna see if I can let go. But also there's this little bit of residual, you know, feeling of like, this might not work. And I might not be able to get this, and I don't want to get my hopes up too high. And the Five of Wands is a competitive sort of fighting card. Now, the interesting thing is that, you know, we have the Nine of Wands here, and they're ready to stand back up again in the fight. They've got this sudden jolt of energy to do that. And this energy does not strike me as this sort of competitive fighting energy. But here we have the Five of Wands and we have the King of Wands. So they really do have a deep inner core of fighting for what they want, being fiery, growth energy, being convicted, moving towards what they want with an unstoppable energy, no obstacles in the way, extremely motivated, extremely assertive. They do have this deep core of resolve, of being able to move forward towards what they want, of getting their goals, of making things come around. And I think they started planning out, like, how can I make this happen? How can I be in a space where I could have what it is that I really want to have? That you're this divine inspiration of what it is they want to have, and feeling in this extremely powerful space that they haven't really been in, that they haven't been in this extremely powerful space. They've been in this hurt and broken space. And this extremely powerful space is, you know, like this is a little mountain climb here. This is a little difficult muscle to get to, a difficult journey to stand into, but that energy and the impulse to do it has arrived for them, which I love. Okay, let's continue. I want to know what you need to know about this person. I want to know what you need to know about this person on a deep level. What's important for you to know? So we've got the Seven of Cups. So, and I am feeling like this person has a bit of a space in their imagination that's a problem. And it's something where their feelings and their emotions are, this could be trapped by the past, trapped by the future, not in the present, but a little removed and far away, that their feelings and emotions haven't been here in the real world for a second. They've been very much as a part of imagining their future and imagining their past and reliving their past. And that is important for you to know. What else is important for you to know about this person? The Ace of Cups. I love this. The aces bring new opportunities. The cups bring all of those feelings and emotions. This person brings with them something good. There is something very full of potential here. This person can have this overflowing, you together could have this overflowing emotional experience. This is an overflow of love and feeling and emotions, and just bringing all the goodness with open hands. This could be something very good and very overflowing, wonderful to experience and to be in. And I want to know what you need to know, what you need to know for you. What's important for you to know about you with this person? The Queen of Pentacles coming in, and the Queen of Pentacles sitting into this energy for yourself is going to be very important if you decide you want to move this forward, if you want to take this up a notch, if you want to get into a deeper level, if you want to, wherever you are with this person, no matter how far along or not far along at all you are with this person, sitting into this Queen of Pentacles. This is an autonomous energy. This is a woman who takes care of other people, is kind, takes care of herself, grows things around her, has this ability to, I mean, your business savvy self, your knowledge of being able to financially take care of you and provide for you, your spatial things, knowing about your space and taking care of your space, taking care of your items and the worldly goods of your home, taking care of your health. All of those things are going to be really important here in order to move this forward. Sitting into that nurturing energy, that growth energy, growing people and things around you, and growing yourself as well. This is also for you, what you need to know, what's important for you to know. We're getting back into the Pentacles again. Really, the cards are playing with some themes here. So letting yourself get into this intense giving and receiving position. Get into this space where you're open to receive, you're completely open to it, and you're also very open to give. Give compliments freely, give love freely, let those things freely flow from you. Don't hold on to those things. Let yourself be just unbelievably generous towards the other humans in your life. Generous with your compliments, generous with your thoughts. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Let yourself really live in that energy, and then open yourself up to truly being receptive as well. You don't just have to be a giver, which is probably part of your nature. You're allowed to be completely receiving as well. It is also a gift to let others give to you. And I want to know one more thing that's important for you if you wanted to move this forward, but also just for you moving forward in love generally. Oh, hi. King of Swords energy. This is interesting. And the King of Swords is incredibly clear thinking. The swords get into thought space, clarity, intelligence. This is a very powerful card. And I love that we already have a king out here. And this king energy is really popping up. You have a need for a very strong person, and you're in your queen energy. That makes sense. You have the need for a very strong, thoughtful, clear thinking, intelligent person. And I want you to keep yourself open and receptive to that. And I also feel like this card is coming in because this person holds a lot of power there. They hold a lot of mental space, and they have the ability to sink into this sharpness and this clarity. They have the ability to sit into this kind of power, which I love, Okay, and I just want any other additional information that you need to know that you might not even know to ask about all the energy surrounding all of this. What do you need to know that you might not even know to ask? So we have the Three of Pentacles popping in. And again, with our Pentacle theme, let yourself do a little planning. How would it happen? How would the best way to go about this be? Ask your trusted friends, not just your trusted friends, but the ones who you know love you, that are not going to be jealous and give you, jealous information. But also the ones who are wise, who are actually good at this, who have been successful in their own relationships and lives. Let yourself do a little bit of planning, but also stick to your own wisdom. Your inner knowing is strong and powerful. But do tap into that. Let yourself plan it out a little bit. Now, I do want to pull one last card. I want to pull one card for where this could go. Where can this go for you? Where could this go between the two of you? And we have the Ace of Swords. Hi. So new opportunities come with the aces. We already have our Ace of Cups. Beautiful. We know this can come into an overflow of feeling. This can also bring in overflow of clarity of what you two want in life, and the truth of how you can get there, the truth of who you are, and the truth of moving forward. I love that. I want to pull a couple of oracle cards for you as well. So first I want to pull a Divine Feminine card for you to figure out what kind of energy you should be sitting into right now. And we have Lalita, the red goddess. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. Let yourself sit into that kind of dancer energy. How much do they remind you of each other? If you're with me so far, go ahead and drop the little red dress dancing girl in the comments below. I feel that very much for these two cards. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. Let that, I don't think I need to say anything about that. I want you to lean into that. I love that. Now, I also want to pull one last card. This is another oracle card, and just for some divine guidance on how to maneuver and move forward. How to move forward, what else do you need to know? Surrender. Hi. You're being asked to let go of your need to control each part of your life and surrender to the universe. Control is an illusion. It's exhausting to try to hold on to it. Let it go and allow yourself to enjoy the relief that comes from doing so. Whew, I think I needed to hear that today too. Surrender, let go of your need to control. You don't have to control this. Open up your hands right now and surrender. And then let yourself be a little bit playful too. I am sending you off with so much power and so much playfulness, so much love, so much light. Being present, being giving, being receiving. Letting yourself open up to that energy. Letting yourself look for the clean, clear clarity of truth to move you forward. Letting yourself do some planning and surrendering. Until I see your beautiful self again. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this. Mwah, Mia. Welcome in my card 3, land and arrive. What he thought of when he first saw you. Let's find out. So if you like readings like these, I would love for you to subscribe, because with each subscription, we take that to do more content like this. So go ahead, subscribe now, take a moment, and let's begin. We're going to start with your anchor card. So let's see what your anchor card has to say. So we have the Star. When he first saw you, he saw your glory. He saw that you were vulnerable. This is a very exposed card. In this card, she is naked. She is completely seen, he saw you completely. He took everything about you in. He saw the shine. There was a magnetism about you that everyone notices, that everyone noticed, but especially him. He was really drawn in to your vulnerability, the essence of you, this sort of mystical quality of you, the emotions, the things that he read off of you immediately. Let's go ahead and pull some more cards. Now, this is going to be from a separate deck. So there's always the possibility of pulling the star again. There's always a possibility of pulling a duplicate card. And we're just going to stay in that question for right now. We're just going to stay in that question of what he thought when he first saw you. What were his thoughts? What did he think? And that is going to get us going. Let's see. Staying in that question, staying in that energy, staying in that. And then we're going to move on to some additional questions as well. Okay, so kicking us off, we have these 6 cards. So we have the Knight of Swords. We have the Strength card. Oh yeah, we have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Swords. We have the Queen of Cups. And we have the 6 of Swords. So much information coming through already. So right away, the Knight of Swords popping up, he had this clarity. There was this moment of just being completely clear, his mind being completely clear, his intelligence, his thought space, the swords getting into that thought space, intelligence space. This is a fast-moving card. This is an intense card. This person is ready to run in. This is fast-moving, all in, ready for anything, to sweep you away almost. This feeling like, oh, how can I be the person I really want to be? How can I gain the momentum that I need to gain? Just this feeling of momentum and drive and clarity, clear thinking, feeling like everything else in the world has disappeared and there is just this glass crystal ball that is just completely showing everything that they need to know and all the energy that they need to know. The Strength card is also popping up here, and I feel like they saw your strength, your ability to do this. Also, this courage that is under this grace, this sort of feminine courage that can match any masculine courage, can match any masculine energy. But this softness, this calm, this ability to the kind of person who can act well under pressure, can be in intense situations, but arrives in a calm way, can respond, can reflect, and does it extremely well. Now we also have the 7 of Pentacles. And the 7 of Pentacles is the Pentacles often getting into worldly goods and finances and such. Now, I feel like this card is telling us that there was a moment where he realized what he had been growing, what he had been investing his time in, what he had been paying attention to, what he had been harvesting was actually a little disappointing, was actually not as important as he thought it was. Everything else in his life suddenly seemed like, you know what? This isn't so important. I'm seeing what's so important right in front of me. I'm seeing this energy right in front of me that's true and honest and vulnerable and exposed and there. And what I've been harvesting, what I've been putting my time and effort into worldly goods, into creating wealth and abundance, like that has blossomed. There's a lot to harvest, but that's not everything. That's not it. That's not the end game. That's not really what I wanted after all. And also to see their pain. So they also have had some hurt and some pain. The 9 of Swords, again, getting into that thought space, getting into this sort of tortured thought space, these late night thoughts, keeping them up at night, and seeing the pain of what they've been living in, understanding that they've been living in a space that they don't actually have to live in, that there can be more. This awakening, that clarity, that knowledge that actually life can be alive. Life can feel alive. Life can feel fast moving. Life can feel strong and brave and courageous. Life can feel like it's worth more and there's more meaning to it. It doesn't have to be this sort of interior world that they've been in of letting their problems recycle themselves over and over and over again. The same thoughts over and over and over again. The same worries over and over and over again. All of that became very clear. Now, the Queen of Cups is popping up here as well, which is a very similar card. We have that same sort of vulnerability of emotions and feelings with the water and the water. And the Queen of Cups is incredibly intuitive. So this really comes back to that space that they understand the depth of what you have. They don't see it all. They don't know exactly what's there, but they know that it's there. They understand the depth of you, that you have a great depth. And I think that that's a little intimidating to them because they're not the kind of person who naturally has that kind of depth. They've been living in a very surface area. They've been living in a different space. They've been living in their mind space and their thought space. And you're someone who feels and lives by their heart and their emotions and their feelings, and their heart and their emotions and their feelings. And that's like kind of awe-inspiring to them. They don't quite get it all, but they're in awe of it. It's beautiful to them in a kind of mesmerizing way. And then we also have the Six of Swords. So we're going to be back into the sword space, more thought space. They really live in their head a lot. And they had this feeling that they need to start moving away from these thoughts that have been causing them pain, the things that they've been living in, the old things, that it's time to move on. It's time to create some distance between them and what they used to really value and what they used to hold dear, what they used to ruminate on, what they used to let really run their world and move them forward. That's really not as valuable as they thought it was when they have been, spending a lot of time and living in that space. I want to know what's really important for you to know about this person. What's really important for you to know about this person? The Fool. I love this. The Fool's Journey. So this is the starting card. All the tarot cards are part of the Fool's Journey. This is about being open, being almost naive, almost just incredibly, that kind of childlike feeling of, walking into something for the first time, the awe, the feeling of seeing things for the first time, being alive for the first time, being so open-armed and walking in despite what, pitfalls might lie ahead, what cliffs might lie ahead. And there's something about that with this person that they're ready to be open to life again. They're ready to be open to love again. They're open to falling in love like it's the very first time that they've fallen in love, like they've never done it before, like everything is new, like everything is crystal clear. But they have come in this, they have been living in this old space, but they're open to that. They're opening their arms up to the possibilities and to the freshness of that. And you bring that freshness in. Oh, yes. And I love seeing this about this person. This person does have a deep heart space. They do have deep emotions. They do have deep feelings. And you two together could create an intense amount of overflow of feelings and emotion. The aces bring in new opportunities, new things. Our cups getting into those feelings and emotions. And this person has been far away from their feelings. They've been in their head space a lot. They've been dealing in the earthly goods a lot, but they haven't really been in their heart space. But they're ready. They're ready, and they do have it. And that's how they can see it in you. And that's also why it inspires them so much, and it's so awe-inspiring to them because they don't know how to live in it the way that you do. And they've been disassociating and disconnecting from it for so long. But they are so interested in opening up to it and being open-handed to it and letting it become something that overflows. This person's in a good space to move forward with. What do I need to know about you and your energy and what could be blocking you from moving forward? Is there anything you need to know? So it looks like you might be in a juggling act of your own, that you might be balancing some things. Now, this could get into worldly goods. This could get into what you're focusing on, what you're prioritizing on. And that might come into money, and that might come into items, and that might come into just what you value. It might be going back and forth that you haven't really decided where to shine your focus. And maybe that even comes into this person, like if you wanted to shine your focus on this person. But shining your focus on what it really is important for you in your life right now. And that's really important for you to know that imbalance is not going to be able to let you move forward. You're going to have to choose. You're going to have to pick one focus, one thing to really nurse and grow and bring to life, and something to choose. And then we have the Three of Wands, and our wands get into that fire energy, that growth energy, those little buds on the wands. And this is a time for you to stand back and see what you've done, see what you've accomplished, see all of the good things that you've done, how much you really have done, what you really are capable of. to see and appreciate and live in that space of gratitude for who you are and the way you've shown up in the world. And to really look at the relationships you've created, the people you've helped, all of the things and how they connect. It's time to take a bigger view and a bigger picture here. Okay, I want to go ahead and ask about anything that's important for us to know about you being with this person. If you move this forward, if this takes a forward move together and this comes to a level up position, wherever you are in this right now, whether you've ever talked, to this person, if you're talking to this person, if you're in a relationship with this, wherever you are in this, to take it to the next level, to take it to the next thing, what do we need to know about the two of you together? We have the Three of Pentacles. So there is a bit of logistics to hash out here, which is important to note. There might be some things that don't align for you in what you want in life, and that could get into, the family you want to create, worldly goods, things that are of this earth. So, things that have to do with what you're creating here on this earth, whether that's a family or how you spend your money or how you want to live your life, if you want to be in one location or another location. But that might be something that you want to really take a look at, is the logistics of the dynamic of the two of you, and spend some time being architects of that, of figuring out how that structure would work, if it would work. What else do you really need to know about the two of you together? The Wheel of Fortune. It would feel very lucky. You both would feel like you are the luckier person. You both would have that feeling of like, how did I get to be the luckiest person in the world? That's the kind of feeling this relationship would create for you both. And this would feel like blessings were just dropping at your feet every single day. Good things coming in, and you would treat each other that way, and that's a beautiful thing. This could take you to a beautiful place. This could manifest into a beautiful place. And if you want to find out more about that, there is a link below for you to do that as well. Now, I do want to pull a couple of extra cards as well. I want to pull some oracles. So first, I want to pull a Divine Feminine oracle just to see what higher powers, the universe, is guiding you towards, sort of putting your plug into an outlet. What is that going to look like? What do you need to know? Ooh, Skemet, the Red Lady. I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. So if there is something that you need to voice, that you have not expressed, that you've been holding inside you, that's been, bottling up behind you, it's time to go ahead and voice it now. It's time to go ahead and say it now. And you can do that journaling. You can do that speaking out loud. Maybe you need to talk to someone specifically, but now is the time to honor that and to get into that. And an anger can act as a block. That energy could act as a block for you moving forward if you're just holding on to something fiery and not releasing it or letting go. Now, I also wanted to pull a card from this deck as well for some more divine guidance on how you should be moving forward personally in your life right now in order to have all of your heart's desires. Detach. You're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. When we hold on too tightly to the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust that the outcome will work out and let go of your attachment to it. I love that. I think that's so beautiful. And I encourage you now to just open up your hands, to really open up yourself, to let yourself feel the flow of energy. Feel yourself release. Feel yourself not holding on too tightly, that you're open. You're open to receiving. You're open to giving. You're open to living in the flow. And you can let yourself move in a flowing way as well. I would love for you to pop a star below, to claim this, to own this, to say that you watched this. I would love some comments too. I read every comment. I would love to hear what you have to say about this and how this makes you feel, and if it feels like it's in alignment or if it doesn't feel like it's in alignment. I'd love to hear both. I love you very much. I am sending you so much love and support as you work on, detaching, as you work on the logistics and the planning, as you work on looking at your accomplishments, as you do what you need to do to voice any anger that you might have been holding on to. And for anything that you want to happen here with this person, I support you. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you so much light until I see you again. Mwah. Mia. Welcome in my card 3, Land and Arrive. If you like readings like these, I encourage you to subscribe, because with each subscription, we take that to do more content just like this. So take a moment to subscribe now, and let's go ahead and see where we are, what he thought when he first saw you. Let's see what we've got. This is our Anchor card, and we have the Emperor. Oh my, this is a strong card. So the Emperor, he has feelings of wanting to be in control, but also wanting to be seen as powerful, as having, recognition of his triumphs, of his showing off, to see that you understand his powerful position, his vast experience, sort of, having that feeling that he wanted to see that that about him. This is a pretty structured person, very focused person. And this, seeing you might have even, tapped into some of that, where he was like, oh, okay, well, even in romance, he's very structured, very planned, very, perhaps even very traditional. There's something about him that, is seeing how you align, how you line up, if you have that same sort of grounded sense about you. Let's pull some more cards for this person. Let's see what they thought of when they first saw you. So I want to go ahead and get some more information. So right away, what do we have? We're gonna start with 6 cards. And then we're gonna ask some other questions and find out some more about the two of you together, find out more about you, find more about them. Okay, so we're getting more information about this person. Okay, so let's see what we've got. So what they thought when they first saw you. We have the 5 of Pentacles, we have the 9 of Wands, we have the Fool, we have the King of Cups, we have the 3 of Wands, and we have the 9 of Swords. Okay, so lots of information coming in. So first of all, this is very interesting. I am really pulled to the King of Cups here because, and I want to just point this out, because this person is so structured and so, might seem almost unromantic, have a hard time expressing and showing their feelings. The King of Cups here tells me that he does have a lot of feelings. He does have a well of deep emotion. He is actually very able to tap into his emotion, able to tap into all of those feelings, even if they're unexpressed in the moment. Even if they're really held very tightly in a controlled way, they are there, and you brought up a lot of this feeling for him, that this recognition of this deep well of being able to be more of a feeler, to be more of an emotional being, to be more of an emotional entity. And this is also a very paternal figure. This has a very fatherly figure about them. But this, sort of, there's a softer side underneath of this person, and you have tapped into that, and everyone else must see this, and you must feel this right away off of this person. Now, the 5 of Pentacles is telling me that they recognized in you some sort of hunger. Some sort of, this is going to maybe not sound as wonderful as it could, but I'm going to read it the way the cards are. So he saw something hungry in you, something needy, something cold, maybe an isolation that you've put yourself in, or some position that you've put yourself in that makes you a little weaker, in a slightly weaker position in life. And I find this interesting right before our 9 of Wands as well, because to see the journey that you're sort of on, of being in this weakened state, sort of this hungry, cold state, this isolated sort of state. And also to know that you've been hurt, but you are getting back in. You are standing back up into the fight. This figure has been hurt, but they're standing back up. They're getting back in. And this is some fire energy here. So it's not that you've been completely down and out. but also that you've been hurt, you've been part of that human experience where you've been put through the ringer, and you are getting back up, and there's something beautiful and admirable about that and worthy of respect. And then there's also the Fool here, which is wonderful. I love the Fool energy. And this, this person might be wary of the Fool energy because you are so open, you are so available, you are so you are so vulnerable and ready to go test out the limits of what is available to you in life, to be so open to seeing what might be out there, the adventures, the love, to be open to love, expressive, and ready to possibly fall off a mountain if that's what lies in front of you, but also just willing to take those risks. A slight naivete maybe even in there. Seeing that sort of about you, which is kind of, outside of their normal domain. They are so not that person. And they don't often express or show their weaker side. They keep all of their weaknesses very hidden away. And you're showing these sort of human weaknesses is really interesting to them. It's very, they like want to know more. And then it taps into those feelings and emotions and that softer side that lies underneath of everything. Now, also, I do feel like I feel like this is part of that personality of looking out at their accomplishments. They might have been a little bit peacocking about what they've accomplished and what they've done. And they even wanted to look at it through your eyes. And that could be the kind of thing of, Googling themselves or looking at their own Instagram or doing the things that, looking at their world and what they've accomplished through your eyes. Seeing like, what would this person think about this? Let's see what I've accomplished and what I've done and what would they think about it? And sort of trying to see themselves through your sight. Now, underneath all of this, there is some pain and there is some torture. The Nine of Swords is really, it is a very tortured card. There's a lot of thought torture here. It's that, like sleepless nights kind of feeling. And they're realizing that they haven't been happy in a long time. They haven't felt lit up in a long time. They haven't felt this openness in a long time. And they haven't felt their emotions and their feelings in a long time. They've been very disconnected and removed from that and focusing on their strengths and their capability and showing that and making sure other people see that and landing in this very powerful, controlled space. But there is a lot of pain under there, but they haven't actually tapped into it in a long time. And sort of recognizing that they want more. They want something more. There's no time in life for spending all of your time living in a space that doesn't allow for the feelings and the emotions and the openness and the vulnerability and being able to have weakness and have weaknesses. I want to continue on. So I want to ask now about this person, about what you need to know about this person. Is there anything that you need to know about this person? So I want to see, first of all, what we need to know about this person from your perspective. What is it that you need to know? We have the Justice card and we have the Ace of Swords. And I'm just going to point out the swords in both of these cards. Because of course our Justice figure also is holding a sword. And the swords get into thought space, head space. We're coming back into that space. And the aces bring in new opportunities and new things. And I'm feeling like they've been in a place where they felt like they had to do something. They had to get justice for themselves. They had to make it fair. They had to make it right. And they became this incredibly patterned, rigorous individual because of that. They've been living by this internal code of, get justice, get justice. And the truth, of that, of what they've been holding as truth. But the Ace of Swords is bringing in new opportunities and new time for clarity. So seeing things with fresh eyes. This person has the potential now to see things with completely different eyes, in a different way than they have been seeing everything before. What has driven them, what has motivated them in the past, that all has the opportunity to change here because of this new clarity that's coming in, this new inspiration, these new thoughts, this new vision of truth, of what the real truth is, that their whole life doesn't have to revolve around getting justice, getting what is owed to them, getting what is right, getting what is fair. I want to pull, these cards I'm pulling up for you. What you need to know about you. What could be holding you back? What could be blocking you here? So first of all, I have the Lovers for a block for something that is, this is so interesting because the Lovers is such an exposed card. These are two, naked figures on this card that I've covered up for YouTube. But these are incredibly exposed and vulnerable figures. And I think as a block, the important thing to remember here is that your soulmate, or this person too, might not be that vulnerable, might not be that exposed, might not be easily in that place of exposure. And it might take time to get there. But that at the core of what you can come down to, of what this can manifest into, could be something exposed and vulnerable, but in a very different way than what you've ever imagined or thought. So it's important to reevaluate sort of what you've assumed is the end game for you, of what it is that you truly desire for yourself and the way that you are going to communicate with your person. Because you might not communicate that way with your person. That might not be the way that you communicate with your person. Now, for you as well, this is interesting. So we have the Four of Cups reversed here. You have actually, as open as you are, and is getting back into the game, getting back from some pain. This is how they saw you, and this doesn't mean that's the truth of it. But as open as you seem, there is something very closed about you. There is something that you have been actually saying no to a lot for a long time. And you might even be sort of inadvertently saying no to this person and shutting down the emotional aspects of, if this isn't the emotion the way that I want to see it, then I'm going to reject it. And you might not even know that you're doing that. So I would like for you to take some time to really evaluate the way that you're responding to the way they might be opening up their vulnerability and their emotions and their feelings, because it could be very different from what you expect it to be. But also, I want you to really reflect on how you might be saying no. If there's something truly blocking your heart from this past hurt, from a past heartbreak, from a past that put you in the cold, where you're fearful, and that fear might have put up a block of saying no, being very closed off in a way that you don't realize you are being. You might show this openness to the world, but that might not really be where your heart is. Your heart might be in a hidden space of no. And you need to face that truth if that is accurate. Now I want to pull two cards for the two of you together. So what would this, if you evolve on and this levels up, if this turns into something where you're moving into something very serious, or what does that look like? Now we have the Four of Pentacles, very interesting, and we have the Two of Pentacles. So both of these cards are, as you would evolve here and move forward here, this feels like some very tricky energy. This feels very difficult to really move into the space you want to move into. And that could be that the communication styles you have and the blocks that you both have are just incompatible and not able to get to that space where there's sort of this hoarding, this holding on to of what's precious, that maybe they're never going to be able to let go of the things that they feel they need, the structure they need, the discipline they need, the routine that they need, the way that they need to communicate, they need to all of that control. They might never be willing to give that up. And there's also decision making that would have to happen. There's juggling that might be going on as this moves up. That there's a back and forth energy. And this feels like a back and forth energy of not quite getting it right, being off balance, and being in a space where it just doesn't balance out right, and it makes for very topsy-turvy waters, that it's really difficult to sail those waters, very difficult to make it work. And I think that's just two very different energies coming in here. Now, I would like to pull one more card for the two of you together, just to see if there's a chance that this could work. Is there a chance that this could move into something that could work? The Sun. So I feel like this is a yes. This is a warm card, an optimistic card. This is a very sunny, lovely card, obviously. This is good and strong and powerful. This can move into a new space. This could move into something really healthy and growthful and sunny and warm and strong and powerful. But you'll have to manage these blocks, and you'll have to do it in the warmth of sunlight. You have to keep coming back to these sunny moments. You have to keep looking back to the silver linings. You have to keep looking back to what warms you up, what makes you grateful, what makes you happy, what makes you optimistic. And both of you will have to keep doing that. But yes, there is potential here. And if you want to get more potential, or you want to hear more about this, there is a link below that you can do that as well. I'm going to pull two oracle cards for you too. So I would like to pull an oracle card just for you and your divine energy, just to look and see what kind of energy you should be leaning into right now for your personal improvement and benefit. White buffalo calf woman, the prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. Let your heart guide you. If you feel very unguided and you feel like you're at a loss for direction, I want you to take some time to sit with your heart compass, just to sit with yourself and know that you have the answers within you. You have a deep well of knowing within you, and you have a deep compass within you. You know which direction to go. You just need to take a little time and a moment to read the compass correctly and to let yourself be guided by your own inner intuition and love and all that abundance. Okay, so now I would like to pull a card for you from this oracle deck as well for any additional divine guidance on how you can best move forward right now. What is the best way for you to move forward right now? Release. You're being asked to release any toxic people or situations from your life. You deserve to be free of all drama, and this is the first step to achieving that. Let go of anything that you need to let go of. If there is that negative energy, if there is some hungry energy, if there is something that you're working to release and let go of, it's time. Open your hands up and release. You deserve to be free from all of that drama. Stepping forward into something brand new, fresh, brand new. Oh, my dear one. Okay, I would love for us to go ahead. And pop something like a map or a compass or a heart emoji, whichever of those that exist in the emojis. I want us to pop that below. And I want you to open your hands up to release. Feel the release of all of the burdens of any negativity, anything that's dramatic that's been holding you back, any fear, isolation, or cold. Release that now. And any blocks to your heart, any of that no energy, just release that now. And sending you off with so much love and support, so much light, so much warmth, so much sun, and so much direction until I see your beautiful self again. Mwah. Mia.